Hello, this is Louise back again. I had my TLIF operation done on, or TLIF operation done on Monday. Today's Thursday and it's 11:30 in the morning. I did want to try and get a few more recordings done before, today, but and I have done a couple where I felt really bad yesterday, but I didn't really feel like doing much before that. The operation, I went down about 8:30 on Monday morning, and I think they started me about 9, something like that, and I was back in the recovery room about it was 20 to 3, I think it was. I spent an hour in there and then back on the ward. That was all fine. I got really cold in the recovery room, so my temperature had dropped, so they had to warm me up and put some extra blanket things and heat blankets and blowers, blanket thing as well around my head and everything like that. I had an oxygen mask, 2 cannulas in, so I've got a bit of a bruise on that hand, and then they had to change it and put one in this side, and I came out as well. I had a catheter fitted as well. So once I was back on the ward, just laid there, didn't do anything at all for the rest of that day. They did encourage me just to kind of roll a little bit, maybe from side to side, and just to move my legs, and I was fine doing that. And through that night they just kept monitoring me with my blood pressure, give me injections as well for antibiotics. I'd had morphine when I came out when I was in the recovery room, and apart from that I just had paracetamol and 2 diclofenac in the hospital. So that was on the Monday. Tuesday, they got me up Tuesday morning. It took me all morning to actually sit upright because I just felt so dizzy. Took the catheter out, and Tuesday afternoon told I could come home once I'd had some x-rays done and physio had been and everything, and checked through that I could stand up, walk about, up and down the stairs, things like that. So that was fine. So I was back home for about just before 4 in the afternoon. So I had a bad night's sleep when I came home on that night. The bed was too soft, so it didn't feel as if there was any support at all. So I came down about 3:30, eventually about 3:30, and just laid on the floor downstairs. I got stuck on the floor, so I had to wait for John to get up, and then he kind of helped me up again by about 7 when he was up. And as I say, yesterday I just felt really sick, and in fact the sickness kind of took over more than the actual pain or anything that I was feeling. Pain in itself, all I've had since I've been home has been paracetamol, and I've had a couple of naproxen, I think they're called naproxen, those yesterday, and I've only had paracetamol today. So I feel a hell of a lot better today. I had a shower. I haven't managed to wash my hair, but well, at least the worries. And a bit of makeup on as well today, so it makes me feel a bit better. I'm still really bloated in my belly, so I feel like a great big fat pudding. And I feel when I try and get up like I'm about 9 months pregnant, although I never actually stood up with my belly sticking out when I was 9 months pregnant, but that's how it feels at the moment. So I'm going to show you now kind of me walking about to show that I'm alright, and I'm going to show you getting down on the floor, and a couple of the exercises as well that I've got to do. Okay. So I've got to keep my back straight and use my legs. So my legs are alright, legs are fairly strong, so you can see that I'm alright walking, and that's okay. This is my chair that I sit on, because it's just a lot more upright really. The sofa, I can't get down on the sofa, and there's no support in that, so it would be pointless being on that. So if I'm coming down onto the floor, so Mum, you might need to just get up and come around this way a bit. My mum's filming it, so if it looks a bit wobbly, then it's because she's a bit new at this. So to come down on the floor, if I hold on to the sides, and then just, okay, so I'm there, and oh, so it is getting slightly easier doing this. Oh, the cat has never left me alone since I've come home. A trusty little friend. So I keep my back as straight as I can to get down, but it's not painful, it just feels more stiff. So generally if I'm here, that's okay, like the alignment straight and my back straight, but then to get onto my back, that's where it feels a little bit worse, because it feels as if you're laid on like a bag of nuts and bolts. I can push down through my feet and lift up a little bit to move over, where yesterday I couldn't quite so easy. So that's me here. Exercises which I have to do is, so for my yoga friends that are out there, really kind of focus on basic like Pilates moves. So I'm just going to get rid of my slippers for a moment. So you've got to find those transverse muscles. If you get your fingers in, kind of pinpoint that ASIS, and then once you're in there, engage your stomach muscles, transverse, and we're just like sliding legs out. So these are ones which I've got to do. So extend the leg and then draw it in. Extend the leg and draw it in. But as I say, it still feels a little bit weird because my belly's still quite bloated. So it's hard to kind of engage or feel as if you're engaging those muscles properly. So you've just got to really draw back, probably a lot more than what you would normally do. So making sure that they're engaged. So there's those. This one's where we drop the leg. Well, not drop it, it's kind of controlled out to the side. And moving out. Those as well. And also kind of bringing the leg up and in. It's not, as I say, it doesn't feel painful or anything, it's just, I think because I've got staples in as well, I'm kind of pressing down on those. So when I need to come back up again, so I've got to roll. So once I get over and push to come up, and if we can get over into that position, and then I have to go over to the chair, so keeping my back straight, and then again you'll be using your quads and that anyway to come up. So and then that's me up. So and then just keeping the practicing walking around. So I've not got to sit for too long, not got to be up for too long, and not got to exercise for too long. So it's kind of just balancing that out. But yeah, so that's operation done Monday, and this is me Thursday.